Farmers.
पेट्रोल सर देखो हाँ दे मैं देता
Farmers.
अरे हम इसमें zoom on
सर एक मिनट
विवेक गुप्ता, प्रेसिडेंट मर्चेंट चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स, आपका पुरस्कार।
हाँ सर एक
सर जब आपकी आज्ञा हो तब शुरू कर सकते हैं।
हेलो
सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार
सर जब आपकी आज्ञा हो तब शुरू कर सकते हैं, हम लोग सब तैयार हैं।
एकदम एक शुरू करिए।
ठीक, तो ऑफिशियली शुरू कर रहा हूँ। एक बार सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है, बैंडविड्थ बहुत लेता है वेबएक्स, अपना मोबाइल अपने वीडियोस को बंद रखिएगा और माइक सब समय म्यूट पर प्लीज। हाँ, थैंक यू। I extend a very hearty and cordial welcome to all of you to this webinar on this sultry summer afternoon. Calcutta weather has suddenly turned nice, and we have great pleasure, honor and privilege and to welcome Nitin Gadkari ji, Honorable Union Minister for MSME and Road Transport and Highways, for kindly agreeing to interact with us and share his wise counsel on issues relating to MSME, especially during these COVID-19 times. I'm sure we'd like to learn much more, and there are a lot of questions. So I would like to just make some background points. I don't need to repeat that the COVID-19 pandemic has left its adverse impact on all sectors of the economy, but its impact on MSME is most intense. All these have impacted the working capital of the units of MSMEs. MSMEs are rendered penniless due to no income-only expenditure situation in the last 2 months. Especially salary outgo for the lockdown period has left many people wondering how to cover it. We schemes to borrow up to 20% of the outstanding credit leaves many questions unanswered, and we await the detailed guidelines. Some of the questions that we have are including redressal in case of denial by banks. Also, term loans and capital expenditures required to restart the units are out of the ambit. Sir, you are one of the entrepreneurs. You realize more than us the need of the hour is direct cash benefit to MSME units, compensation of wages, payment of rent, payment of fixed charges on electricity during the non-operational period. Sir, the MSMEs need government support and not loans. Non-payment, sir, another big issue that MSMEs are facing, on which you have been very sensitive and proactive in the past also. I know because I have raised it to you, is non-payment by various government departments and state governments. So the official Samadhan website, an online payment monitoring system, shows only 40,000 crores. Yet you only have said that the dues are more than 5.5 lakh crores. Sir, I can share a personal experience. DAVP, Director of Audiovisual Publicity, where our money is lying for more than 2 to 3 years. When we use the Samadhan approach, they said we are not covered by Samadhan, and the matter just ended there. Sir, income tax refunds are welcome, and we thank you and the government for all your efforts. However, sir, GST refunds are only partially been received, but the full extent of GST refunds has not been received. Also, sir, when this cash crunch is going on, can't the GST be made on a receipt basis so as to give breathing space to MSMEs? Sir, once again, we thank you and welcome. The global tender up to projects for 200 crores is now barred. So, but we have a wish list. Can some part of these tenders or all tenders be reserved for MSMEs? Sir, also there is a concern here. Top companies avoid dealing with MSMEs due to the 45-day clause. Sir, the last 2 points before I hand it over to you. The government is creating a fund of funds. Sir, all this is very good, but percolation to actual MSME is always a dream unfulfilled. And so last is the issue which is close to your heart, is of migrant laborers. I know you are seized, you are very, very sensitive and emotional on this issue. We would like to know, sir, your views on this issue and on the crisis, because on one hand, industry is restarting and we need laborers. On the other hand, laborers have either gone back to their home state or are just not available. With these very few observations, I now invite Honorable Shri Gadkari ji to kindly address us. I will take this opportunity to welcome all our past presidents. Thank you, all of you, members of the media, and all of you other people who come together. Once again, thank you very much. Over to you, Shri Gadkari ji.
Thank you very much. Namaskar. First of all, we have taken decision to change the definition of MSME. Previously, the classification was between two categories, manufacturing sector and service sector. At that time, for micro manufacturing sector, the investment of 25 lakh and service in sector, the turnover of 10 lakh. Now it is changed. Manufacturer and service sector is now one, and investment is 1 crore and turnover is 5 crore. For small scale investment, small scale investment is 5 crore. Now it comes to 10 crore, and turnover is 2 crore. It comes to 50 crore. The medium industry, the investment is 10 crore, investment is 5 crore. Now we are going to investment up to 20 crore and turnover of 200 crore. But now we are now planning to change it, that investment is up to 50 crore and turnover up to 250 crore and exclude exports from it. So it can be beneficial for all the people. Now already in March 8, we have already given instruction to banks for restructure of MSME, and up to 31st March, they restructured 6 lakhs MSME. But now because of this, now also limit is increased. That limit is now up to 31st December. And I am expecting that next, this because of increase in the debt, it will cover at least 20 to 25 lakhs MSME restructure will be possible. But because of this decision that loan up to 25 crore and turn up to 100 crore, additional 20% collateral free additional loan, and it is without any fees, with government guarantee is taken to do with the bank, and so the benefit will go to 45 lakh MSME, approximately 3 lakh crore, and this additional collateral free loan to MSME. The subordinate debt fund of rupees 20,000 crore, the subordinate debt fund will be useful for restructure stress or NPA accounts. And that when in the bank policy, if it is not, they are not permitted to restructure the account because of the NPA situation, then we will give equity to the MSME from government side, and by which we can restructure the account. The 2 lakhs MSME will get the benefit from that. Fund of rupees 10,000 crore, which will combine with other funds to create a fund of 50,000 crore for equity infusion in fast-growing, high-potential MSMEs. The MSME who have good export, good turnover, good GST record, and even good export, we can appoint, our government will appoint an agency by which we will fix up the rating of the MSME. And that on the basis of that rating, there will be, we are planning for making of MSME exchange, and where this MSME will get capital from the market. But government will support, if suppose we want to raise 50 crore, out of which 15% for equity support, it is given by from government to the MSME. The definition is already changed. The global tender up to 200 crore is for MSME now. So no global company can participate in it. We are now trying our best to make e-marketplace for MSME. So all PCUs regarding the, I am going to rectify the thing, total payment due with the state government undertaking and government department, state government department, central government department and government undertaking, and private sector. So it comes to more than 5 lakhs crore. So the central government has now taken a decision that whatever the payment is due from for MSME from central government or central government undertaking, at any cost within 45 days they have to clear it. So this is the guideline from the government. For the state government, also requesting them that they should take the decision to release this fund of public undertaking and state government department within 45 days. I am also making request with my all interaction with the major industry owner that for the MSME payment that you make it as early as possible to release the payment for MSME. So already they have accepted. So this is the situation. In the Samadhan portal we have decided issue up to 40,000 crores, but still we need to make some law. But the present situation is not appropriate for that. But this is a serious subject, and in due course of time we will find out some permanent solution for that. So already EPF support extended up to August 2020, salary month, we are estimated rupees 2,500 crore, benefit for business and workers to provide liquidity relief. Estimated 3.673 crore, 3 lakh 57,000 units will get benefit with 72.2 lakh employees to benefit. EPF contribution reduced to 10% for 3 months and liquidity support of rupees 6,759 crore, and to benefit 6.5 lakh establishments covered under EPFO and 4.3 employees of such organizations will get additional funds at hand. Already we have taken a decision now for MSME schemes. The District Cooperative Bank, Urban Cooperative Bank and NBFC, even multi-schedule cooperative bank, they can finance. Our schemes are open to them now. So there this can be also an advantage to MSME get more coverage, get the loan. We are also supporting NBFC, and my feeling is to make NBFC strong is very important for the situation, because NBFC is already financing lot of small scale entrepreneurs and industries. So government has taken a lot of decisions. But presently one thing is very important, that today everyone is in problem. Some of the state government, they don't have money to pay the next month's salary. The central government revenue is dropped. And MSME, industry, migrant labor, all are facing problems. Now the fourth phase of lockdown is started. But now we liberalize lot of things. In my state, already majority industries are now already started. And my feeling is now, if the labor gets jobs here, because they are very, their mental setup is not good. They are very much disturbed, and the negative mentality is there, and because of frustration, a lot of people, they want to turn to their houses in the first state. So now this is a big problem for migrant labor. But we need to create positivity and confidence in the mind of the people. First of all, if we start industry, they will get the job. Still some of the people, those who are not there, they are going to their destiny. We will take them back again because the work has started. So we need to find out some way out of how we can get this labor power, which is very important for industry. My feeling is the situation is really very difficult, challenging, but it is blessing in disguise, because the majority industrial investment in the whole world is in China. Now everyone wants to ship from China. The Japanese Prime Minister has already declared that whatever the investment and the industry, those Japanese citizens, those who are in China, if they want to come out of China, they are giving special package to them, a big package. The same mindset is now everywhere in the whole world. So this is the blessing in disguise that we can take the advantage of it. And we will use it as for upgradation of technology in our MSME. And at the same time, we can get FDI, foreign capital in the industry. And at the same time, those big industries who are interested, start their industry in our country now, we should support them. We have already a special joint secretary who is making foundation for foreign investment and for foreign companies. So the situation is very challenging, but I am confident that with the cooperation, coordination and communication between the all stakeholders, we will resolve this issue. We are a fast growing economy. At the same time, we are now facing the problem. But as compared with China, if people don't want to go for China, if they want to replace China, the option is India. So we need to take the advantage of the situation. We need to increase our export and reduce our import. Up till now, in our GDP growth, the MSME's contribution is 29%. Our export, whatever the export, 48% for MSME. And up till now, we have created 11 crore jobs. So our target is to create 5 crore new jobs in the next 5 years and increase export from 48% to 60%. And contribution in our GDP, that is 29%, we want to take it up to 50%. So we have already changed the definition. Now we have decided to make a new category named as agro MSME in the village where we can start the industry. And that industry can take the initiative for low-cost housing, rental housing, and they can make a school, college, hospital there. And at the same time, they will get some more benefits as a village industry. And the raw material will be already available there. So naturally, our concentration, our priority is on the agriculture, rural, tribal, and 115 aspirant districts. We need to have more priority for development of backward region. That's the reason we are making express highways. We are making 22 express highways. Out of 7 express highway already work has been started. The Delhi-Mumbai express highway is of cost of 1 lakh crore. Total land acquisition is acquired, complete land is acquired. And it is going to reduce the distance Delhi to Mumbai by 220 kilometers. And it will start from the backward and tribal area of Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. It starts from Sona near Haryana, Gurgaon, and going to Alwar, Sawai Madhopur, Rabua, Ratlam, and going to Vadodara to Mumbai. It is going to reduce 220 kilometer distance between Mumbai to Delhi. Car will take 12 to 13 hours from Delhi to Mumbai. So the roadside area which is available, where our plan is to make industrial cluster, logistic park. And for that purpose, NHI will acquire the land, and we are free. Any association, any group is ready to make a joint venture with NHI. We will develop the facility of water, transport, communication, power, and also this industrial cluster. Definitely there will be a smart city or smart village and connectivity to airports, ports, and railway stations. So my suggestion is now we are facing the problem, but we need positivity and self-confidence by which we can win war against Corona. At the same time, we will win economic war. So whatever the possible, the government has taken a decision still. If there are recommendations from the association, in my ministry also we will consider. And also if some of the recommendation is not coming under my ministry, I will recommend it to the concerned ministry also. Once again, your interaction with you is really a pleasure for me. Thank you very much. You can ask me the question. I will try my level best to answer your question. Thank you.
For the first question, please, Mr. Debashish from IJMA. तुलसीदास देवाशीष फ्रॉम इजमा. सर आप हिंदी में बोलना चाहे तो हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं, कोई मतलब जिसमें आप जिसमें हाँ मिस्टर देवाशीष फ्रॉम इजमा, प्लीज शॉर्ट एंड ब्रीफ.
या मंत्री जी नमस्कार, मेरा नाम देवाशीष रॉय है, मैं इंडियन जूट मिल एसोसिएशन का डायरेक्टर जनरल हूँ। मेरा सौभाग्य है कि एमएसएमई मिनिस्ट्री ने आंध्र मेडिटेक जोन का प्रोजेक्ट टेकअप कर लिया है आपके ट्यूटलेज के अंडर, और हमारे जो वर्ल्ड क्लास साइंटिस्ट हैं डॉक्टर जितेंद्र शर्मा उनके इनिशिएटिव के अंडर हैं, तो आपका सपोर्ट के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं पूछना चाहूँगा कि ये नेशनलाइज कब कर रहे हैं आप, क्योंकि नेशनलाइज करने का काम मैंने सुना था कि शुरू हो चुका है, और जूट इंडस्ट्री का थोड़ा इनिशिएटिव डॉक्टर शर्मा ने शुरू किया था, तो इसके बारे में आपसे ज़रा सुनना चाहता हूँ कि ये कब कर रहे हैं, और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इस इनिशिएटिव के लिए सर।
उसकी अभी तो एग्जैक्ट जानकारी मुझे नहीं है, मैं नागपुर में हूँ और मैं दिल्ली जाने के बाद आपको बता पाऊँगा। और मैं चाहता हूँ कि जूट इंडस्ट्री बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री जो है और बढ़े, और उसमें जो भी कुछ हो सकता है उसके लिए सरकार सपोर्ट करे। और एक बात मैं कहूँगा कि जूट, कॉटन, बाद में सेरिकल्चर और अलग अलग प्रकार के बाम्बू, इसको मिक्सअप करके कोई नया इन्वेंशन, नया रिसर्च भी आप कर सकते हो, तो जरूर करिए। गवर्नमेंट विल सपोर्ट।
सर ये हम कर चुके हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि ये NMTZ के अंडर हो।
Thank you. No follow-up, please. Next question, Mr. Puneet Poddar from, he wants to talk about automobile industries, auto dealership. Puneet Poddar ji.